Hello everybody, dear teachers and guidance. Today we are going to talk about the English lesson plan of Unit 1, Life Choices, the preview section, the preview part of Grade 12, the Syrian Scientific section. We are going to talk about this unit. We will start with the life choices and we are going to talk about the preview, this part, only this part. Now the idea is I want to talk or to highlight is how to make the English lesson plan for this part. The section details, I'm going to have a topic about the life choices, how to explore career preference, and the focus skill will be on speaking, critical thinking, and self-reflection. The duration might be from between 45 to 60 minutes, and the materials needed are whiteboards, markers, printed survey handouts, and projects. The projector, of course, is optional. Learning objectives for this section. By the end of this lesson, students will be able to reflect on and discuss their past career, aspiration, and motivations for choosing a future job. Engage in discussions about the qualities of a good job and popular career choices to understand the students' own preference on career goals by completing a self-reflection survey and to use career-related vocabulary in order to discuss job preference with peers and to think critically the pros and cons about career choices and their future job aspiration. In order to break down the lesson into procedures, we have the introduction, the warm-up activity, should be between 5 to 10 minutes. I recommend to ask questions to put on the board. To pose the question, what was your dream job as a child? You are asking students of a grade 12, of course they have the ideas before and now they have another ideas. We have to have students share responses with the classes, either by individually or by group work. And then we are going to follow up question like what kind of a job do you hope to do now, not in the past, and what makes that job appealing to you. The purpose, of course, is to engage students by encouraging them to reflect on their past and on their future. Activate students' prior knowledge about their career path and make them comfortable discussing the topic. And after the warm-up, we are going to introduce the career preference survey. A survey is like uh, some questions, and you are going to ask students about the opinion. Okay, it's like agree, disagree, and somewhat agree. And then we are going to distribute the career preference survey, might be printed out or projected, and we are going to explain that this survey helps the student to reflect on the type of a job that might prefer. Introduce, of course, the purpose is to introduce the survey to guide students in exploring the job and to help students think critically. I don't have something wrong or correct. I only have agree or disagree, and in somewhat I agree. After we complete or finish the survey, we have to ask students to finish, to wrap up, and then to encourage them carefully about their statements. Of course, be honest, be frank, and say the truth. And the purpose is to allow the student to self-reflect on the job preference and the kind of working environment they like to thrive or succeed in. After we finish this thing individually, we have now to make a pair discussion. It might take 5 to 10 minutes. We are going to let students sit in pairs and share their opinions, answers with each other. I, for example, student A will give his survey to student B, and student B will share his response or survey with the student A. And we will ask questions. What kind of jobs are most popular for graduates in your country right now? And what jobs are considered to be good? And put the word good between two brackets because there is nothing called good or bad. It's a matter of opinion. It's a critical thinking idea. And why? And the purpose, of course, is to encourage peer-to-peer, person-to-person discussion and justify the opinions. And it is an open up discussion. Okay, we don't have wrong or correct. From peer discussion, we are going to have a class discussion now on board for everybody. We will ask pairs to share their opinion in the whole class or in front of the whole class, and we will use the whiteboard and the notes inside to ask the questions. What are the most popular careers for graduates? We have to now hear from everybody in the class. And what jobs are considered to be prestigious or well respected in your country and why? And do you think the concepts of a good job differ between cultures or countries and why? Of course, the purpose is to sensitize the individual opinions and explore broader factors in the society in order to influence career choices. The purpose, of course, or the idea for the English session is to enhance the speaking, discussion, and the vocabulary or language focus. We have to underline or to put the words like challenging, motivated, full-time, part-time, job stability, responsibility, career growth, job satisfaction. All of these words we have to put on the board and let students use those words inside their discussion. Ask students to match words with the definition or use them in sentences while they are discussing. And of course, the purpose is to help students to develop the language skills needed to talk about the career and the preferences effectively. And in the end, we have to wrap up and reflect on students' work. We will ask students to reflect on their answers, to give their opinion about the answers, and the class discussions by writing responses. For example, it's a written task. What is one thing you learned today about your own job preferences? And do you think the job preferences of young people in your country are challenging? Why or why not? Of course, the idea is to promote critical thinking and to solidify the understanding of the topic while analyzing new vocabulary, and that task could be recommended to be written. Okay, homework is optional because it's only a preview, as we said, like writing assignment to tell the students to write a short paragraph or short composition describing the job they would like to pursue after graduation. The task again is optional, and the idea is to reflect on students' understanding to the topic itself. Okay, it's to break the ice only. Tell them to put the job title and the field they like to work on, what attracts them to do this job and why, what's the skills or qualification required for doing that job and why the job suits their personalities or interests and why. In order to tell or to know exactly if students understand or not, you have to make an assessment. I recommend to make a formative one, okay? For example, to make a template or to give peer discussion in group or in class, and to respond on the survey as a template to justify the answers and to use the vocabulary during the class discussion and reflection on writing assignment and using the keywords. You as a teacher, you have to reflect on the job or on the session. You have to ask students about which activities students were engaged most. Did students actively participate in the discussion and why? Any challenge, for example, during the lesson, specific vocabulary were difficult, or they are very easy, or they are, for example, unfamiliar for them, and how can future lesson plans could be improved more. And you have to ask them, of course, for any suggesting or suggested improvements. Okay, like for example, using multimedia to put some articles to break the ice with a video in order to enhance the discussion more. Maybe you can put a video, for example, in order to tell them or to teach them how to discuss their ideas. I like this, I don't like this, my future career plan is, I'd like to be a doctor because, and so on. Okay, be careful please to differentiation, because we have stronger students above the level, and we have needing support or students who are below the level. For those who are stronger, you have to challenge them in order to express their opinion in more depth using, for example, more sophisticated vocabulary, and they try to encourage discussions on a specific career fields like technology, healthcare, education, arts, and so on. For students who needs help, you have to help them. You have to provide extra vocabulary and resources, and it is okay to put them, for example, in a well-set group, or to give them a template in order just to take the template and just to put their opinion inside. So it is already done, or it's made up for them. And you can offer sentence starters in order to assist students to express ideas more clearly during discussions. Okay, and career choices, a global perspective. All the time remember to tell them there is nothing called good or bad job, but we have suitable, we have considerable job across the culture or the country. For example, in some countries the traditional professions like medicine or law may be highly valued, while in other countries, for example, fields like technology or entrepreneurship, okay, entrepreneurship may be more sought after. Okay, you have to tell them what the meaning of entrepreneur, and what the meaning of, for example, making projects or whatever. It is important for students to understand these cultural nuances and to consider how their own career choices might be influenced by these factors.